Hello and welcome to Fair But Firm. My name is Joe Cortez, former international boxing referee. Last week we had an exciting weekend of boxing, and let's go straight to Great Britain where we had Froch fighting Mikkel Kessler. It was a hell of a fight. First time around, 2010, Kessler won by a very close decision. This time around, Froch turned the tables and won really pretty good on one of the judges' scorecard. Adelaide Burr, I believe, had it 118 to 111, and the other two judges had a little closer. But Froch showed that he is a true champion. He really wanted to show his people on his own turf what kind of a champion he was. Well, the first time around, like I said before, Kessler won in a close decision in Denmark at 2010. But, you know, boxing is funny. It has you have a good night, you have a bad night. Froch had an excellent night. He had good speed, good combination. It was a total slugfest all night long, but Froch seemed to always have the edge in just about most of the rounds. And Froch showed that he's very determined. He wants to fight the best that's out there. And talking about the best that's out there, you have Andrew Ward, who was a commentator that night. And Andrew Ward fought Froch back, I believe it was 2011, and it was a hell of a fight, but Andrew Ward said his right hand was broken, and being that it was broken prior to the fight, he still won the decision, but wants to show the world that he can beat Froch, not only by decision, but knocking him out. And of course, he's looking for a better paycheck and the rematch, so we'll see what happens there. But it should be a great fight. Again, number 2, Froch against Andrew Ward. Let's see what happens. The whole world will be waiting for that one. And now we go to next week. Next week we go to the International Boxing Hall of Fame, the class of 2013. 2013 was to be a great class of inductees. We have none other than the former 3-time light heavyweight champion, Virgil Hill, and 2-time cruiserweight champion, and he was a silver medalist in the '84 Olympics. So Virgil Hill is very well deserving of this award. And we're looking forward to seeing him up in Canastota, New York, 2013, which is next week, June 6th to the 9th. Then we have another inductee. He's a 2-time light flyweight champion from the years of 1985 to 1993. That is none other than Yu Wung Yu. And let me make a correction. That's Young Wung Yu. And any way you say it, it sounds good to me. And then we have none other than Arturo Gatti, who was a super featherweight champion and was a lightweight champion, and he lost the super welterweight championship to none other than Floyd Mayweather. And Gatti, you remember him for his great wars he had against none other than the great Mickey Ward. The trilogy of the Gatti and Ward will be long remembered as some of the great fights in boxing history. Some of them were not even for the world championship. They were just 10-round fights. And they were making $1 million fights, fighting 10 rounds. Shows you the kind of demand it was in boxing when you had Arturo Gatti against Mickey Ward. I mean, those fights are fights that any boxing fan will die to see over and over and over again. Then you have, in another class, you have the other 3 inductees will be Mills Lane, former great, one of the greatest referees of all time, who used to say, "Let's get it on." The great Mills Lane, very well deserving of his award into the International Boxing Hall of Fame. And then you have the classy announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr., also very well deserving of his award of an induction into the International Boxing Hall of Fame. Jimmy Lennon Jr., I wish you the best, but you know what, Jimmy? I thought that your father and you should have been inducted together in the Hall of Fame. 2013, but I'm sure we'll make it happen in the next coming years. In the future years, we'll get your dad in there because he's very well deserving of being inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame. Then you have a British journalist by the name of Colin Hart. Colin Hart is one of the great writers of Great Britain, and articles worldwide in boxing, outstanding, very well deserving of this award as well. And guys, you know, Leon Spinks will be at the International Hall of Fame with a lot of great champions, future, past. I mean, the great champions of today will be there. But Leon Spinks, I'll talk about Leon Spinks for a simple moment, for a little moment, that Leon Spinks is an individual who won the heavyweight championship against Muhammad Ali in 1978. Then they had a rematch that same year, and Leon Spinks lost the title to Muhammad Ali. But Leon Spinks is a special individual. And the reason why I say special is because he's a very humble man. He won the light heavyweight gold medal in the Olympics in 1976. And that was a year that Leon Spinks, and along with his brother Mikkel Spinks, who also won a gold medal. These two brothers, if you think a little bit, both of them were heavyweight champions of the world, because Mikkel Spinks beat Larry Holmes for the heavyweight championship, and then they had a rematch, and again Mikkel Spinks beat Larry Holmes on a very highly controversial decision. However, he got 2 wins over Larry Holmes, and Leon Spinks today, he is still working out. And I say working out, he lives here in Las Vegas. He works out with me here in my ring once a week. I know, just to get him back in some kind of a shape. He throws his great combinations and jabs. He hooks off his jabs and the right hands. He bobs and weaves, and he loves it. And he feels like he's back in his days of the past when he was heavyweight champion of the world and contender. But you know, Leon Spinks, I'm very proud to say that he's making a comeback in life as a person. He shows that he cares about individuals out there. He loves hanging around with the children, giving the kids some good pointers. So I'm very proud of him for doing that. And boxing is a great sport. Let me tell you, some of you fans that don't know fighters on the personal side, boxers are really very humble individuals. I guess maybe because they know what they can do with their hands. They don't have to try to go around showing that they're tough and rough guys. They don't have to do that. When you're a fighter, you know what you can do. That makes you a sweeter person. And believe me, when you hang around the Boxing Hall of Fame, every fighter that comes up to you and you go to get the autograph, they're so nice and friendly. You say, wow. People say Mike Tyson was the best man on this planet. You check him out at the Hall of Fame or any place where he's signing autographs. He's the sweetest guy in the world. So, you know, boxing does a lot of good things for individuals. Sometimes we're tough growing up, you know, we're kind of rough on the edges. But you know, when you get into that ring and you come out of that ring, you have a little confidence in yourself and you know who you are. It makes you feel special, and it makes you feel like a person that wants to really give to your colleagues, give to your fans. It makes you very, very special. So I really like that about boxing. So if boxing can do something good for people, believe me, I think the youngsters today should follow the roles of some of the fighters that are out there and see that boxing could be a tough sport, but it can make you a nicer person. With that said, guys, I'll see you next week. Take care.